All right, so you want to get into some heavy-duty football shit? Messi versus Ronaldo. We're going deep on this legendary rivalry.
Even though some people think it's over.
Yeah, well, fuck those guys. Our listeners demanded the full story, so we're going to rip this thing apart.
Let's cut the crap. This is the G8 debate that refuses to die.
Damn right. Two guys who basically redefined what it means to be a football god. I mean, we're talking Ballon d'Ors, raining down like confetti, Champions League titles for days.
Goal records that'll probably stand till robots take over the pitch.
But here's the real kicker. They actually played against each other a ton, especially during those insane Barcelona-Real Madrid days.
El Clasico.
Those matches were basically footballing warfare, a constant pissing contest to be the best.
The world held its breath every time these two stepped on the pitch together.
So no bullshit. Settle this for us once and for all. Is this rivalry actually dead and buried? And while you're at it, tell us what made this whole thing so fucking captivating for over 15 years.
All right, let's rewind to the beginning. 2007. Both of them lost the Ballon d'Or to Kaká.
Ouch.
Imagine the ego hit for those two young stars.
Yeah, talk about kicking the balls right out the gate.
That same year, they clashed in the Champions League semifinals.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's Manchester United demolished Messi's Barcelona. And the media, always hungry for a good story, started spinning this as the dawn of a legendary rivalry.
So they basically willed it into existence.
Pretty much. Then the next year, they faced off again in the Champions League final.
Round 2. This is where it gets good.
And this time, Messi got his revenge.
Payback's a bitch.
He even scored a header, which for him is about as rare as...
A unicorn riding a bicycle.
Exactly.
So Messi's the man now. End of story.
Not quite. Barcelona demolished Manchester United that night. It was a statement. Messi had arrived. But then Ronaldo drops a bombshell.
Wait, what happened?
He signs with Real Madrid.
No way. In 2009, talk about pouring gasoline on an already raging inferno.
That's when the El Clasico era went supernova.
No, it's perfect.
Suddenly, they weren't just rivals. They were sworn enemies, battling for Spanish football dominance. Those matches were insane.
I'm talking like they were both scoring hat-tricks on the same day.
Imagine that. Two of the greatest players in history, both at the peak of their powers, going head-to-head every few weeks. It was like witnessing a double rainbow of footballing brilliance.
And ego. Don't forget the ego.
Of course. And the Spanish press didn't help.
What'd they do?
Well, there was that time when they said Messi made Ronaldo look like a fool after one particular El Clasico win.
Ouch. Poor Ronaldo.
But their styles were so different, it just added fuel to the fire. Ronaldo, the flamboyant showman.
Power and aggression.
Messi, the quiet assassin, weaving through defenders like a ghost. Their personalities were a perfect clash.
And let's not forget their battles on the international stage.
Right, that Argentina-Portugal friendly.
Where Messi slotted in the winning penalty.
Yeah, Messi scored the winner. I don't think Ronaldo was too happy about that one.
I think I saw him chuck his captain's armband after that.
He was thrilled.
Okay, so these guys have a trophy cabinet that would make King Midas jealous. Ballon d'Ors, Golden Boots, Champions League goals galore. It's fucking ridiculous.
They redefined what it meant to be a superstar. They shattered records, held the world of football in a chokehold for over a decade.
It's like they were playing a different sport altogether.
Almost. Even when Luka Modric broke their Ballon d'Or streak in 2018.
The one year they didn't win it.
Exactly. Messi came roaring back, eventually winning a reckon 8 Ballon d'Ors.
Okay, so when did the magic start to fade? Was it when Ronaldo went to Juventus in 2018?
That was definitely a turning point. They barely played against each other after that.
Right, like that last Champions League game in 2020?
Yeah, even that felt kind of lackluster.
I mean, Ronaldo did score 2 penalties.
To add insult to injury.
Probably. Then in 2023, they both left Europe.
Ronaldo to Saudi Arabia, Messi to Inter Miami.
Everyone was calling it the end of an era.
The rivalry's dead. Long live the rivalry. But then, get this.
What? Don't leave us hanging.
They both won titles with their new teams.
So is this a last hurrah or a sign that there's still some life in this rivalry?
Well, Ronaldo did say in 2023 that the rivalry was gone. But their legacies are forever intertwined, whether they like it or not. And let's be real, the fans will never let it die.
Oh, hell no.
It's too good a story.
Damn right it is. All right, so we've talked about the trophies and the goals, but let's be real. This rivalry had its fair share of bullshit. Those two weren't exactly like braiding each other's hair and singing Kumbaya.
Right. There was definitely tension, always this underlying animosity.
So you're telling me those death glares and the barely concealed scowls, that was all just part of their game?
It was a mind game, for
Yeah.
sure.
Like some fucked up psychological warfare.
Think about it. Two alpha males, both obsessed with being the best, constantly in each other's faces. It's bound to create friction.
Okay, so give us the goods. What were some of the juiciest moments when this rivalry boiled over?
Well, there was that Copa del Rey final in 2011. Real Madrid beat Barcelona. Ronaldo scores the winning goal in extra time, and his celebration, let's just say it was provocative. Some people saw it as him trying to humiliate Barcelona.
Yeah, Ronaldo always did love the spotlight. King of the look at me, I'm amazing goal celebration.
But Messi's not one to back down.
How'd he respond?
The following year, he scored 91 goals.
91, what the fuck?
Obliterated Gerd Muller's long-standing record. That's Messi's way of saying, fuck you.
Boom, take that, Ronaldo. I bet that shut him up for at least a week.
It definitely turned up the heat on the rivalry.
They just kept one-upping each other, breaking records, scoring goals, winning trophies.
A constant game of one-upmanship.
But come on, you can't tell me there wasn't genuine bad blood between these two. I mean, they were fighting for the title of best in the world for over a decade.
Of course there was tension. They're both incredibly competitive. And their egos. Probably bigger than most planets.
Okay, so what about all the rumors of Ronaldo shit-talking Messi behind his back?
Yeah.
Didn't some book claim Ronaldo called Messi an acre away?
Well, that would be the biography by Guillaume Balaguer.
Yeah, that's the one.
It claimed Ronaldo used a particular expletive to describe Messi. Ronaldo denied it vehemently, even threatening legal action.
So, was it all bullshit? Or was Ronaldo just engaging in some elite-level trash talk?
We'll probably never know the full truth, but what's interesting is that despite all the rumors of bad blood, they both publicly downplayed the feud narrative.
Right. Ronaldo even said that they push each other to be better.
Mm-hmm.
Diplomatic answers for the cameras. Actions speak louder than words. And on the pitch, these two were basically at war.
Absolutely. That's what made their rivalry so compelling. This constant push and pull, respect and resentment, brilliance and brutality.
Right. Enough with the mind games. Let's get back to the on-field action. You were talking about those moments when things got really heated. What else you got?
Well, there was that El Clasico in 2011. The atmosphere was electric, tackles flying in, the ref was barely keeping things under control.
Sounds like my kind of party.
It was a powder keg ready to explode.
So who started it? Was it Ronaldo with his swagger and posturing?
It's hard to say who lit the fuse. More like a collective eruption of years of pent-up animosity.
But you gotta admit, guys like Pepe were fanning the flames. Dude's a walking red card waiting to happen.
Pepe's a legend.
What about Messi? Did he finally lose his cool and unleash his inner beast?
Messi. He was no stranger to the dark arts of football, that's for sure. He knew how to use his body, draw fouls, get under his opponent's skin.
So what was the final score of that 2011 match? Any blood spilled?
1-1 draw. No serious injuries, but it was a brutal match.
Damn. I was hoping for some broken bones or the headbutt. But hey, a draw keeps the rivalry simmering.
Exactly. And that wasn't the only time things got out of hand. There was that incident in 2012 when Ronaldo appeared to elbow David Villa in the face.
A classic cheap shot. Did Villa retaliate?
Nah. It caused a huge controversy, but Ronaldo got away with it.
Of course he did. What about that time in 2014 when Messi and Pepe got into it during a Champions League match?
Messi versus Pepe, that's a matchup I'd pay to see.
Did they actually go at it?
It was tense. Thankfully, nothing too serious happened. Cooler heads prevailed. But you could cut the tension with a knife.
Man, I miss those days. Pure entertainment, even when it got ugly. Like watching a car crash in slow motion, you just couldn't look away.
It was definitely captivating. Do you think all that drama and controversy was essential to the rivalry's appeal? Would it have been as legendary without all the animosity?
It's like a Hollywood blockbuster. You need those explosions and fight scenes to keep the audience on the edge of their seats.
True. Conflict creates drama, and drama sells. But it's also a testament to their talent. They push each other to be better, even if it meant getting a little rough around the edges.
All right, enough with the philosophical bullshit. If you could go back in time and witness one moment in this rivalry, what would it be?
That's a tough one. So many iconic moments. But I think I'd choose that 2012 El Clasico where Messi scored 2 goals, including that stunning free kick to secure a 3-2 win for Barcelona, a masterclass in attacking football, and it just perfectly encapsulated the brilliance of both players.
A match for the ages. All right, let's move on to the next chapter in this saga. The legacy of Messi and Ronaldo. Okay, so legacy time. Messi and Ronaldo's impact, it goes way beyond those shiny trophies and mind-blowing stats. We're talking about a whole era they dominated. They changed the game forever, man.
They raised the bar so high, everyone else is basically playing catch-up. These young guys, Mbappe, Haaland,
Yeah.
they're all chasing the ghosts of Messi and Ronaldo.
Imagine being a kid watching these two just tear it up. You'd think scoring 50 goals a season was like a walk in the park.
They didn't just break records, they obliterated them. And it wasn't just about individual skill, they pushed the limits of what was physically and tactically possible.
So you're saying it wasn't just raw talent, it was their drive, their insane work ethic.
Exactly. They redefined what it means to be a complete footballer.
And their rivalry, it pushed everyone else to step up their game. Everyone wanted to be part of that conversation, that battle for supremacy.
And let's not forget the cultural impact. I mean, this rivalry, it went way beyond football, like Coke versus Pepsi, but on a global scale.
They became brands, icons, faces plastered everywhere you looked. It wasn't just about the sport, it was about celebrity, the whole spectacle.
Remember when they played on the same team?
Wait, they did?
Yeah, that exhibition match in Saudi Arabia a couple years back. It was like watching two superheroes team up to fight a common enemy.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. It was surreal. But it also showed that despite their rivalry, there was, like, a level of respect. They knew they were part of something special.
It's a shared history.
All right, so what's the future of football now that these two titans are gone? Are we doomed?
Football will survive.
You sure?
Trust me, new stars will emerge, new rivalries will ignite. That's the beauty of the game. It never stands still.
So you're saying there's hope for us? We won't be stuck watching a bunch of overpaid prima donnas kicking a ball around aimlessly.
Exactly. The game goes on, and who knows, maybe someday we'll see another rivalry that captures the world's imagination the way Messi and Ronaldo did.
Yeah, I doubt it. Those two, they were a once-in-a-generation phenomenon. But hey, let's not get all mushy here. We came to dissect a rivalry, not hold a goddamn funeral.
Right, so what's the final verdict? What did this rivalry teach us about football, competition, human nature, all that deep shit?
It taught us that greatness can be both beautiful and brutal, that ambition can push you to incredible heights, but it can also consume you, and that even the most bitter rivals can still have respect for each other. Maybe even, dare I say it, admiration.
Well said.
All right, folks, that's a wrap on our deep dive into the Messi-Ronaldo rivalry. We've explored the highs and lows, the controversies, the sheer fucking brilliance of these two legends. We've laughed, we've argued, hell, we might have even shed a tear or two along the way.
It's been a ride.
But that's what makes football so captivating. It's more than just a game. It's a mirror to our hopes, our dreams, our primal instincts. So next time you're watching a match, remember these two. They may be gone, but their impact on the sport will never be forgotten.